Losing existing customers is another cost of friction. These are really important points in front and center because of the high cost of obtaining and maintaining customers. Also, a cost of friction is higher operating costs. One of the key points, and I'll talk about this later, of friction is rework in a process, having to do it over again. Employee turnover is another important point that most organizations don't think about. When the employees leave and they get frustrated, a lot of the knowledge of your organization walks right out the door. And it's hard to attract new employees. So we want to reduce friction to better service our customers, to have happy employees that are going to be productive. And also in terms of regulatory agencies, we don't want any friction there, right? So I think those are two important points to start with. What is friction and what is the cost of friction? Having said that, how do you detect and reduce friction in your organization? The first is we believe, and after doing studies of this, we've been in business 25 years, so we've done a lot of this work, is to start by inventorying and assess current interactions with your customer, including marketing, sales, order entry, fulfillment, customer service, completion, and any kind of returns in terms of issues. So what are those interactions? Because you may think you've got it all under wraps in terms of delivery of a product or service, but when the customer tries to talk with you, they can't get a hold of you, or they get
Mm.
frustrated, or your call center doesn't speak English if you're in the United States. So these are issues. The next is to identify from that inventory, what are your top, 10 to 20 processes, and what's the sense of urgency in terms of reducing friction and improving quality, service, and efficiency. Part of this is you need to reach out to your current and potential customers to score from their perspective what it is you're offering and how you're interacting with them. Also, identify what are their expectations in working with your organization. Compare this, and this is a very important point, compare it with internal perspectives of the customer. Do they match or are they different? How do your internal operations perceive the customer? Are they a problem? Or are they something great that we want to continue to help and support? So we need to match those up. And it's the same thing in terms of outside. How do they perceive your organization? So match those up and identify what gaps may exist. When you identify those gaps, then identify what's the root cause of this issue and identify what's needed to correct them. So part of this is establishing a framework, a road plan, and then what are the metrics we need to get a hold of. A very important part of this is let the customer needs and value to the customer drive the process, not saving cost at the detriment to the customer or to the employee. For example, we see situations all the time with retail checkout at stores. They may think they're getting away with something or it's being beneficial to the organization by having customers check out their groceries. Well, it's 8 o'clock at night. I've seen people trying to check out 30, 40 pieces of groceries. That's detrimental to the experience the customer's having. Why don't they just order online and not even go to the store? We say the same thing with healthcare. Are you being responsive, or is there a lack of response when people are trying to get a hold of you, to get a hold of the doctor, to get a hold of the nursing staff? Transportation, are there return orders that are happening? What about on-time delivery? With law firms, for example, are there billing challenges where their bills are being rejected? With government, it's public service, and also there could be safety issues with process. So when we start to